This is video tutorial 4, still on solving equations involving reciprocal trigonometric ratios. Now we will solve this equation here, which is the square of cosecant x equals to 4 for the values of x from negative 180 degrees until 180 degrees. So, as what you can see here, we have a square, and this is also written as this. So what we mean by this is that we are squaring cosecant x, and that will give us a result of 4. Okay, so how do we solve if the trigonometric ratio is squared? So this will mean that there are two values for cosecant x. And those are 2 and negative 2. Again, why? Because we have the square of cosecant x is 4. So we got these values as the square root of 4. Positive 2 and negative 2. So again, from here we check the angle and the given range. So the angle here is x, also for this. And we are solving for x, and the values of x should be within these values. So there's no need to change the domain. This is called the domain, because we have the angle here to be x. So what's next? These two equations already look familiar to us. So now we will use the reciprocal ratio to solve cosecant x. That is sine. So that means sine x is 1 over 2. And here sine x is negative 1 over 2. The ratios are the same. Both ratios are 1 over 2. It's just that one of them is negative and the other is positive. So that means we have the same basic angle for x in this equation and in this equation, because the ratio is the same, 1 over 2. So how do we get the basic angle for x? Again, shift sign, half. The negative, the sign is not included. We already explained that in the previous video. Before getting the basic angle, check values of x are in degrees. So check your calculator if it's in degrees. Then get the basic angle. So shift sign 1 over 2, 30 degrees. This is 30 degrees for both. Now here, sine is positive. So that means the angles that we will find for this equation will come from the first and second quadrant, because sine here is positive. So the first and second quadrants. X, Y. So our right angled triangles will come from these two positions on the coordinate plane. So your 30 degrees will be here. Basic angle will be always with respect to the x-axis. So the first angle that we have is this angle right here. And that will be 30 degrees. So x, does it satisfy the given values for x? It does. Okay, so we can use that. Now from quadrant 2, so this angle which is 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, and that is 150 degrees. Okay. It also satisfies. Can we go more than one rotation, more than 360 degrees? No, we can't. Because the maximum is 180 degrees. Okay. But we have negatives here. Let's do the second equation first. Here, sine is negative, but with the same ratio half. So, we will still use the basic angle 30 degrees, but we will consider the third and fourth quadrants because sine is negative in those two quadrants. So, the right triangles this time will be from there. Fourth quadrant and the third quadrant there. X, Y. The basic angle here is 30 and here also 30 degrees. Okay. So, we are starting from the positive x-axis is our 0. So, can we use this angle? The answer is no, because that is over 180 degrees. So, we cannot also use this angle. That will be much, much more than 180 degrees. But since we have a negative here, that negative indicates that we can go to the opposite direction. So, can we use this angle? That angle will be negative 30 degrees. And is negative 30 degrees within this range of values? Yes. So, we can take negative 30 degrees. And that's found in the fourth quadrant. How about this angle, which is also negative? And how big is this angle? Negative 150 degrees, correct. Negative 150 degrees. Yes, we can use that value. Yeah. Can we go more than one negative rotation? No, yes, because negative, the limit is negative 180 degrees. And negative 180 degrees is from here until here. So, we cannot go beyond that. So, we cannot go one more round. This means there are 4 values of x for this particular equation. And these are negative 150 degrees arranged from lowest to highest, negative 30 degrees, 30 degrees, and 150 degrees.